I live very delusional life. It's part of my recovery.
Fair
It
enough.
keeps me going.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Can't believe your video is awesome, David. Honestly, I love it.
The what?
Your whole Harley Street.
My
Where did this
videos?
come
What?
from? Like, you took it to, you went crazy when I like said to you, like, what are you doing? Selling this thing for 300 quid? What are you doing? You took it to another level.
I'll be there in 1 second.
No worries.
How are you, Bally? You good?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Was it a new job you started, Paresh, last time we
Yeah,
spoke?
about 4 weeks ago now, I
How's it
think.
going?
You're fucking so busy. Fuck.
Really?
Yeah, it's full on, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good, good.
But it's
And
good.
yeah,
How's everything with you?
good. Yeah, good. Very good. Getting better. Yeah.
You live with your family, right? Like,
Yeah, wife and 2 kids.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So busy, just busy. My main bit is my son and his football journey, and like just
No, I was
that.
just wondering, like, if you'd like, I know it sounds a terrible thing to say, but like, is it like, are you with your family? Are you not like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've all
No,
been
so
on the,
no, you know what? You know what we're like, Paresh. Bloody, we love our drama, don't we? Anyway, but because of all the, I suppose, because of the fallout, a little mainly because of the gambling harm, but then there was some other family stuff going on as well.
yeah, yeah,
Essentially, 2020. I'm no longer. I don't speak to my family anymore since then.
yeah, yeah. We should chat. I'll put my number in the thing. Is that all
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 definitely, mate. That sounds good, bud. 100%. That'd be great.
So everyone's wearing
Save
the
my number. Give
recording.
me a call when suits you.
Um,
Whenever. Just call me whenever.
yeah, I've just got to take this call, David, and I'll be back on 1 second. Yeah.
No
Hello.
problem. No
Anyone
problem.
call me. You can call me
Olivia, will
Olivia.
you explain the recording? I'm just gonna get my coffee.
How are you, Olivia? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, cool.
All good. Got a little bit of a cough, but I'm okay.
Fair enough.
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
Good week?
Yeah. Good. Like, I shouldn't, I'm not complaining, but I'm just like, I'm just fucking work's busy and trying to sort out kitchen renovation, proper first world problems, which is great, right? So you think back to, my last drink, I was like, in a corner of a room surrounded by 10 liters of whiskey bottles, couldn't breathe, couldn't fucking hold down anything, couldn't even hold down water, not knowing when I'll
Now
see
you're
my family
rebuilding
next,
a
living in a
kitchen.
flat, just completely fucked. Third job I've lost, like, just everything. You compare that to now, to my
You've got a
problems that I have
kitchen now
now.
that
Yeah, kitchen renovations, work's fucking killing me, but I just love it. I love it because I'm moving forward.
yeah.
Maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about stuff I lost and the damage I created, but I'm doing as much as I can to put it all right. So yeah, I'm just loving it. You
Loving
compare it,
life.
you forget, you compare it back to, and that's why I go to these meetings once a week on these AA meetings. It brings me back down sometimes, and it just levels
Levels
me
you out
out.
a bit. Yeah.
And I know it
Sometimes
sounds
the ego
terrible,
takes
but it
over again. You get complacent, don't you? And you
gives
just
you
think like,
gratitude. Yeah, of course.
yeah.
But I'm really, and this is probably delusional thinking, but I'm glad I went through those lows. I'm sure everyone else does, and my family doesn't agree with me, but because like if you just run it here, you don't know what bad looks like, do you? You know?
Yeah.
I'm 3 coffees in, so I better shut up. Yeah.
How are you checking in, David?
Was that my check-in? Sorry.
Do you want a second go? Do you want to
No, I'll spare you the headache.
Okay. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. This is being recorded. Yeah, it's can be deleted at any time. It's your request. I just need your consent. This is for training purposes. This is not therapy, even though you might find it therapeutic. This is a coaching, training, and adult learning environment. Do I have your consent to go ahead?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. I'm checking in. I've been very manic myself. I've been very high and manic and very productive and very like, and it got so intense over the weekend. I thought, fuck, I need something to bring me down. I want to have a drink. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't have a drink, but it was there, and I thought, oh my God, I'm in trouble. Yeah. So I went to Cedars, I went to group there, I went to just kind of ground myself as well, like what Paresh was talking about. It didn't really help, but it got me to sit in a room and keep quiet for a bit. And I can't be on my cell phone or any of that. And I was there for an hour, and then I went to I carried on, but I spoke about it. I owned it, put it out there, and that's all I can do, really. That's the best thing I can do to keep me healthy and safe. And I thought today what we would talk about is keeping ourselves safe in our practice and in the LERO context. So we're learning how to be professional, lived experienced officers or people, yeah, to have a skill set which we're going to be selling to the market space place, yeah. And how do we keep ourselves safe in that? Yeah. So I'd like to check in with that. Personal safety. I'll tag Olivia.
Um, I went to a group meeting yesterday with the recovery workers at Pier Road. They wanted my input on how to run groups and stuff like that because my group is quite big. And then the psychiatrist was saying that he offers one-to-one, like if anybody needs to go to speak to him, he said he's always available, like just book in with him. So that was something that I could do if I really was stuck and I needed to kind of reach out. I suppose I could just email him and ask could I have a check-in with him. Also, I got my the rehab. I've got lifetime support from them. So if I get a little bit stuck or kind of get overwhelmed, I can ring my key worker there and begin a session with her. I just speak to her over the phone. So I've got things, and then I've got my sponsor as well that I speak to regularly. So I've got kind of a lot of people to kind of reach out to if I feel a little bit overwhelmed about everything.
And you've got Tia here as a
Oh yeah,
supervisor in
sorry,
your
Auntie.
no, in
Yeah,
your
sorry.
coaching role. In your
Yeah,
just to help you with your how you're being impacted with your clientele, what's coming up for you in your role as a coach.
yeah,
Yeah. And that like I can't stress more how the coaching role and the scope of practice is very different from the counseling role, the psychiatric medical role, yeah, and sponsorship. Yeah. So you've got a supervisor there, peer support
yeah,
there.
yeah. Like as I said before, like when we start a session, she always checks in on me personally first before we kind of get into the coursework and what where I am and stuff like that. Kind of have a conversation about what my week's been like, has anything come up and stuff like that. So we kind of have a little bit of a kind of get everything out and then we start the session properly. So yeah, it has been good on a Sunday morning. Yeah.
Cool. Paresh?
I'm checking in good. As I said, a bit like what you said. Just got a lot on, lots of projects going on at work and home and stuff. So manic. but loving it. Just need to relax a bit, calm down, stay focused. I just feel like I just try and do too many things at once, and I just don't stay focused, you know. But yeah, other than that, I can't complain, you know. Compared to where my life was 2.5 years ago, I'm all good.
Great. Okay.
You know.
All
So
right.
Bally there.
He's just on a call.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Paresh, where are you in the training? How many classes have you done?
I always have to check. Sorry.
It's okay.
And
And the
I'm
reason
glad.
pardon?
No, nothing. 20, including this, 25.5.
Jesus.
25.5 hours.
Oh, 0.5 hours. Okay, I was
I'm
going to
counting
say.
hours. Sorry,
Okay,
25.5 hours.
so that's about 12 classes. Yeah, just over 12 classes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
so you
slowing
should
down now because of I can't do Tuesdays.
so you should have an understanding of the framework around the recovery coaching conversation,
Yes.
checking contract container,
Yep.
agenda, action, accountability. Yep.
Yep.
And
It's really sticking now. Yep.
and in between that, you're listening for needs, values, and purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. And the space in between here in the relationship is called ma space.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So ma is the relationship. It's Japanese, yeah. And then the next part is you should have an understanding of the continuums. Yeah, where you can see where someone's going. Yeah. So the main continuum is high well-being, premature death. Yep. So when you interact with someone, where are they on that? Okay, so I met Paresh here. He's come to the training. He was in high well-being, but he was also thinking like, fuck, what am I going to do with my life? Where am I going to go from here? I want to build on my recovery. Yep. And you've been coming here and doing your personal work. And as you've been doing your personal work, you realize, oh, fuck, this is more than I expected. There's
Yeah.
a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the next continuum is use, misuse, abuse, and dependence. So you can tell where someone is, whether they're just using a substance, whether they're misusing it, whether they're abusing it, or they're dependent, whether you've gone mad. Yep. And you can also see and understand that addiction has nothing to do with substance use.
Yes.
Addiction has to do, like, you can be addicted to gambling, to sex, to work, it's about being enslaved to something.
Yes.
Addiction work, yep, is actually what we're talking about is substance use disorder. Yep. And that continuum is somebody addicted to a substance, moving towards harm reduction, moving towards abstinence. So that's the third continuum. And then the fourth continuum is the relationship. So at the one end, we have codependency. The other end, we have independence. And what we're trying to do is to start to think systemically now, to get people in the system to talk about interdependence. Yeah. So just to use your case and your relationship and your recovery, yep. And as you rebuild your relationship with your wife and your kids and your family, yep, you're no longer in that codependent place. Yep. Your family moved to a place of like, fucking go sort your shit out. Yeah. And you're kind of coming together and working that out. So spending the weekend with your son and going to the cricket or something, that was a real interdependent relationship where your dad, he's your son, yeah,
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
doing something together and you're both looking after your side of the streets. So you're in a healthy role as the father, yep, of your son. Does that make sense?
Yes,
And you
100%.
and the must space between the two of you, you went to the cricket, the nice grounds. Yeah, you like cricket. It's something you're passionate about. Lovely area. Yeah. Does your son like cricket?
I very much so. It's his passion. Yeah.
Okay, great. So your passion and his passion got aligned, and you were able to do something together, which brought so much more than just watching cricket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Mm.
like that's the so not only are you individually moving towards high well-being, but your family is as well.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
very important,
Yeah, it does.
very important for you to be there as a father
Yes.
and to be present.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're starting to look at it from a systemic point of view. Yeah. So now you're working within a system. Yep, and you're starting to awaken to the system around you. Yep. So great.
Yeah. And in some bits of my life, I'm definitely in that interdependence, right? Which is a
Yeah,
good place.
yeah,
And some areas dependent. I'm quite dependent, and that's more on the marriage side. Yeah.
Okay, so let's not talk about your marriage here on the internet.
I don't want to either.
Yeah, okay.
I might not be employable.
But we also just need to start to think about the larger consequences and the impact around us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So that's where we are on the training. Yep. What should we talk about today?
I seen on your school thing about new stuff. I glanced over it when I was at the gym this morning. Want to tell us a little bit about that,
Okay.
David?
All right. So the agenda is orientating you guys around my madness and my overproductivity and the real flood of information that I'm throwing out there. Okay, great. Okay. So I'm very passionate about this work. Yep. And we got three things that we do. We train people, we empower individuals to improve treatment outcomes. Yep. And I really want to focus on the professionalism of the recovery coach, of a certified recovery coach. Yep. So that as the world kind of sees the value of lived experience and the benefit of it, yeah, that it really gets some credibility. Yeah. So, and what I think is really important is us lot sing off the same song sheet. Yeah. So we're in agreement, and this is our style of coaching, and this is what it's the foundation of it's based on. This is how we evaluate it and improve it and measure outcomes and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's so much in my head because I've been doing this for 30 years. Yeah. And also, I'm just coming back into the marketplace after having completely burnt out and having to put my hand up and ask for help almost two years ago. Yep. And but I'm hungry. I'm ready. I'm like, yeah. Let's go now. Yeah. So basically, the websites that I created was to bring everything under the Maoni brand. Yep. So created Maoni Tech, Maoni app, and Maoni GGZ, which is the Dutch medical side of things. Yeah. And then Maoni Harley Street, because we're moving into Harley Street now, we're moving into the private sector. Yeah. And then to upgrade the credibility of the school and to make it more available to everyone. We're constantly working on that as well. So there we're trying to drive the London Recovery Coaching Campus and to make it available to everyone that's interested. But people that want to go and get professionalized in this, they have to do their work. Does that make sense? So that's what the overwhelm was
Yeah.
about. And on the school platforms, we got the one which is for the coaches which are doing the training. And then the other side is I'm going to say the treatment side of it, the online treatment space, which is what I'm building in the background, which is going to be a lot more, it's going to be gatekeeping. Yeah. You want to know who's in your community for safeguarding issues. Yeah, it's like there's some fucking dodgy people out there. Trust me, that was a joke, people.
I laugh.
As Pradesh spat all over his screen there.
I did, didn't I?
So,
Right.
so just bear with me. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm charging myself up.
Okay. So Paresh, did you do your homework?
Yeah.
Coming at my door.
Yeah, you go to the door. I'm just.
So this was from
You
2
spoke
weeks
to
ago.
Cyril.
Yeah, but we didn't speak properly. He never called me back, so I need to call him back. Well, I should have done that by now.
No,
and then
you don't. You don't need to do anything.
Well, I should have, because I'm juggling too much, right? So I just need to get settled into this bloody job a bit better, which I'm good at doing in terms of settling and sorting out the balance, right? And then I need to get this bloody house thing crap over the line in the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to be more free. Yeah.
When I looked this morning,
Okay, well, what I want to do.
sorry, when I looked at it this morning, you were talking about sorry. It was talking about the FEOR. You were talking about putting the FEORs on you and then clients can interact towards that. I thought that was a really good idea. Yeah, it looks quite
So
clever.
Paula's been developing that in the Netherlands with Rick and the technology side of things. So using VR technology to support people, to meet people where they're at, and to create this sort of environment that's conducive to recovery. Yep. So making use of technology, and where that's going to be going is when you interact with someone as a coach, information is going to come into the mass space, yeah, which you can then keep, yep. And then the client, when they're going out into the world or something, that information can come and support them in what they want. And that's the kind of the Epicurean garden side of things. Yeah, so you could like you could go somewhere and have the support from your sessions instantly online with you. Does that make sense? Did I explain it correctly? Yeah.
Sorry, I might be wrong. When I looked at it, it was like as they were putting them on and they were being putting up kind of triggers and urges around them. And it's like training them how to go outside in the real life and cope with that.
What we're doing there is we that's when you're working with someone in treatment in the clinical environment, where you're wanting to build resistance to support that person while they're in treatment in a safe place, to build the environment, to build resilience. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. And then because recovery is a journey. Yeah. And normally what happens is people go somewhere for treatment and then they get thrown back into their environment and it's all fall down. Yeah. So the world now understands that it's a process. Yeah. And that revolving door syndrome doesn't work. Yeah. And so we want to take our wisdom here and disseminate it to make it scalable to lots and lots of people. That's where I'm going to go to Paresh and say, listen, how do we sell this as a software as a service?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at that meeting yesterday, they were talking about one of the
Yeah.
recovery workers talking about AI and how to use AI and stuff like that. And they're kind of coming up with all the kind of ethics and safety and all this kind of stuff that the charities won't pay for all this stuff. It's like they're so against that. So they're still all kind of stuck in behind. They're not going on the same road as this is one. Like this is more advanced compared to what they're still stuck there.
Yeah.
And
So
like this,
we're way down the road.
yeah,
We're beyond pioneering. We've actually got this shit here.
yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
which is really
And
Yeah.
that's really good. If they haven't got anything or know anything about it and not being allowed to use AI, when this comes out and hits them, I think it's going to be like, wow, you know. So I think it is a good thing, you
so
know.
I mean, essentially what we're doing is we're training the workforce for this environment. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's
guys
like
are,
the work that they had, like the classes that they've done, that they've been doing. I said, and they were changing them up, and I said, these are the same classes that I done when I was here 3, 4 years ago. That list hasn't changed in 3, 4 years. It needs
yeah.
to be changed, you know. And then they're going, oh, when we get triage in and the kind of, then we guide point them to places. And I said, well, how about asking them, say, what classes would you like to go? Put back on them. Let them take responsibility.
Look
And they were
at
like,
you.
fucking hell.
Look at you. Go for it,
Yeah, and
Olivia.
like, yeah, I was like talking about a lot, and they were like, fucking hell. And then the psychiatrist says, are you looking for employment? And I said, eventually, but I have things going on at the moment, but eventually, yeah. So who knows? Because I'm thinking about going to university and doing
No,
neuroscience and counseling.
no. You don't
I don't
fucking
need
don't
to.
waste your time, please.
Okay. That's what I'm
Please don't do
thinking.
that. That's like
and
tears
and
to,
and cost.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
like as I'm
put you in a
going
lot
on and
of
looking,
debt. Yeah.
what I'm seeing is like when I'm looking at all those courses and the more I'm doing in this, it's like kind of the same thing. Only they're coming from like a college and a university. If that makes any sense.
No, of course it makes sense. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
The like we're developing a new workforce here. We're working in the fourth sector. Yeah. And the fourth sector is a mixture of commercial, statutory, and charity. Yeah. So the fourth sector needs to tap into that. Yeah. And what happens is these sectors project their shortcomings onto it. Yep. So they want to know what's the return on the investment? Why are we spending the money? Blah, blah, blah. What's the, yeah? Statutory
Mm.
services are worried about policy, process, safeguarding all that. And charities trying to go with a give me this money so I can help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
they were
all
talking about
good.
as well getting an app, and they wanted to get an app for like to give to the users for them to kind of put in their details and stuff like that. And I said, well, we've tried that before because they went up to London and in the Westminster and applied for like them to get like organize an app for Kettman users so they can keep in check with them. And they dismissed it. So I don't think they're going to do it if they're talking about alcohol and cocaine, which have been around in years for years and years and years. You know, they're not going to give the money for that.
So when you design an app, what do you think needs to be in the app?
Yeah, that's what she was asking me the other day. Can I get the email that I wrote her?
Sure, sure. Because I mean, what I want to say is this is an app where we are now, and we're trying to build community. And the app that you want is to be able to build community that's going to bring safety and health and well-being to that community. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I'm back. It was a lengthy phone. It was a phone call I've been waiting for a week.
That's all right. That's all right.
It was quite important. What have I missed? Talk to me.
Paresh, summarize.
So we were talking around some of the commercial aspects, and talked a little bit about AI and how
Okay.
it will change quite a lot.
Is
Yeah,
this
then we-
to do with? Is this to do with commercial aspects on coaching? Is it? Is that the?
Well, sorry.
Sorry, Presh. Is this commercial aspects on coaching and LERO organizations, or in what context are we talking the commercial aspects?
So it was yeah, it was the kind of theory behind the coaching. David,
Okay.
can you explain a bit more?
Yeah, I'm just throwing you in the deep end to just make like one of the things of coaching is to be able to summarize.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
to listen about what's been going on in the container. So
Yeah.
Paresh, just take a breath. Yeah. And then just talk about just summarize from the start to where we are now. Summarize the past 35 minutes. Just imagine you're walking down the road and oh yeah, we spoke about that, we spoke about that, spoke about that.
So we started off by obviously building a container through checking
Great.
in.
Excellent.
So we went round and checked in, and that was good. We also started talking about the scale of being dependent to an interdependent and then independent. And then talked around our, well, I wouldn't say experience, but then I went down a rabbit hole around different areas of my life being in different areas of that scale. And then we talked about the coaching aspect, the commercialization of it, and then we started talking about AI.
Okay.
And then
Cool. Excellent. Appreciate that. Thank you, Presh.
Okay, so I'm going to add to that. Yeah.
Yep.
So Paresh, first of all, well done for being in the deep end and fucking, just holding it. Yeah. So the first thing we did is we got to work out which class Paresh was on. Yeah. And he's been here for 25.5 hours, which means he should be here around the system. So we covered the framework of the coaching conversation, the 4 continuums, and now we're starting to talk about the system. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just orientated ourselves to what this container is about and what we're contracted here to do. Yeah. So the overarching thing of this container is to learn about the skill of coaching. Yeah. All right. Then I asked what the agenda was. Yeah. And then we've started to talk, but we touched on Paresh and his relationship with his son, going to cricket and talking about how aligned passions in family bring recovery. Yeah. Yep, and that sort of stuff. So recovery happens. It's not about whether you're using or not. It's about all the other systemic changes that happen. Yeah. Then Olivia started talking about she sits on a peer road recovery panel or something. Yep, and basically it sounds like she went in there and gave them a load of shit, and they kind of go, "Oh my God, do you want a job or something?" Yeah. And Olivia came across very confident and
Mm-hmm.
strong in my opinion. And then the conversation went to AI and IT systems. We need to do this and we need to do that and we need to do it. And then I get quite defensive. But so I started saying, yeah, we're fucking doing that already. We're so far down the road already. Because I fucking posted a whole lot of stuff out. And
Mm-hmm.
Olivia wanted to know, like, David, what are you doing? What the fuck's going on here? There's so much there. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus, that's a lot in 32 minutes that you guys
There's
covered.
so much there.
I
It's
feel
so
like
much.
that's a lot. Well done, everyone. To kind of, the video was on, so but I'd have to mute it because of this phone call. So it did look like quite a, engaging
No, no, it's
conversation.
intense. And then Olivia had to go to the door and pick up her parcel. I think her
It's
ketamine
actually
just
for
arrived
no,
in the
it's for me
post.
today. It's for me. Yay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
So, Bailey, I mean, you guys make use of technology and community and all that stuff. How does that work? Is that
Um,
working well?
I think so. Yeah, I don't really get involved in that side of things. And I'm still a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to technology, so I can use it. I'm just lazy in all aspects of life. Basically, I say to my son regularly, if my son was here and I asked him this question, he would answer it for you. If I said to him, "What's the best thing Dad is at doing?" And that's nothing. I think I'm the greatest in the world at doing nothing, just being a bum. But anyway, so yeah, it's working fine, but I don't really get involved with that. But I think in terms of what we're doing, we've got a website, we've got an app, we've obviously got our CRM. It's funny because actually I use AI a lot. Generally, again, comes back to the laziness. And I remember one day my son had a day off work last year, or off school, and he kind of sat in the office. And after about an hour and a half, and I had quite a senior role at that time, he said, "Dad, do you actually do any work, or just does AI do it all for you?" I was like, "Bro, listen, why do it?" But I got told off for using AI in my job. So my plan was, because we have a bunch of notes that we have to fill in after each case and stuff like that. So I make a lot of notes in my coaching sessions anyway. But what I started doing was I would then speak all those notes into AI to keep a record. And then when I was filling in the CRM, I would simply say to AI, "I'm now filling in the CRM. Based on everything, I now need a summary on Daniel's progress. Give me a quick paragraph." Da, da, da. And I was just copy and pasting, thinking. And then I got told I wasn't allowed to do it by
And what
um,
was the reason behind it?
the reason was something about data and data breach, and also about authenticity of me putting my notes in as opposed to it being more AI driven notes, which I kind of disagreed with both, but new in the company, all that, I was like, whatever, fine, and just do it myself.
So my personal take on this, and
Mm-hmm,
we're going with this organization,
mm-hmm,
is we're going to embrace technology
mm-hmm.
so that we can free up the bureaucratic burden that happens to people so they can be there for their clients.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep,
That's where we're going.
yep,
And how we're doing that is by making use of technology like
mm-hmm,
accountants use the calculator.
mm-hmm.
Yep. I was still around when calculators were made and came in, and how everyone freaked out. Kids must learn this and da 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 da. Yeah. Hello, Marcus. You want to check in?
Morning. Yeah,
One more.
checking in good. Just been on a really boring council meeting, so I'm looking to get invigorated. How's everyone else?
Well, I'm mad and manic. I'm running at 15 out of 10. My kokorozashi is flowing. I'm foaming at the mouth. Um, yeah, I'm just like,
About
Saw
that
your
email, if you
little
want me
check
to
in this
tell you
morning.
about the email
Sorry?
that I said I was going to look at.
Oh, what about it?
You wanted to know what like was the email or the app going to be like?
So before we go there, I just want to just build on what Bally's saying. Yep. So, and there's a huge part of me that is very resistant and lazy towards paperwork,
Mhm.
mainly because I'm dyslexic as well, and that's not
Okay.
my learning style. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand the importance of case notes and case management and
Mhm.
safeguarding and all that sort of stuff. And the guard railing of the data and the GDPR requirements and all that sort of stuff. So I know how the system needs to be designed and configured for safety around the data.
Mhm.
Yep. So this call, yep, first of all, is I get consent at the beginning that this is going to
Mhm.
be recorded. Yep. Later, I'll take the transcript from this and use it to create content.
Mhm.
Yep. And I know where that data is. And if anyone wants it deleted, they just have to say, and that will be scrubbed. So
Mhm.
that makes us compliant. Yeah. Now, what happens is a lot of people out there get like me, they get excited and they do a whole lot of stuff which opens up a whole lot of vulnerabilities to people.
Mhm.
Yep. And it's like where I'm working here at KLS. Yeah, they've got a WhatsApp group community and they've got all these old age pensioners on it, and they keep getting blasted with sign up to this cryptocurrency training group or financial advice group, and I'm just thinking, fucking hell, people.
Mhm.
Needs to be some administration and control of who you so those things are difficult. So within the system,
Mhm.
it's very hard to manage. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now let's go to Olivia, where they're still talking about. Let's hear about your email.
So just on the back of what you just said, when I was in that meeting, one of the doctors said that they're allowed to use Copilot when it's attached to Microsoft Word.
Yeah. So the whole NHS is very Microsoft based,
Yeah,
very
Mhm.
very Excel and Word, and using Copilot and Teams. It's
yeah,
a fuck up.
yeah.
It,
That's
it
exactly what you said yesterday.
they don't work well.
Mm. But in this email, anyways, they wanted to do a EMA. Have you heard what that is? Ecological Monumentary Assessment. Allows people to record in real time their use, cravings, and feelings, such as mood or anxiety. And then they were going to get kind of about 10 to 15 users to try the app out and then learn from that. And like Westminster said no to that one.
Okay, well, okay. So we're doing that already.
Yeah,
Like you know,
you're far ahead.
yeah,
Would you
yeah.
like?
It's like fuck. Paresh, what have you learned today?
um, it was good to talk about the AI side. What you just said now really resonated with me in terms of, you know, it's so important to get involved in this automation, right? But it's got to be used properly. And I think it's the key to put all the processes in the systems, all of that kind of manual stuff, and freeing up recovery coaches to do actual recovery coaching. I don't believe that AI would be able to replace a recovery coach, right?
Well,
That's
yeah.
not. I think it's more about freeing up time and using AI in a smarter way to structure
Yeah.
things better, processes, systems. So and also it could be used quite well in the triage is not the right probably term, but in terms of seeing where people are at in their recovery as well. What do you call that? You know, when you ask if you go to a counseling session, you got to fill out a form, right? Fill out a form. So they've got a bit of a brief, right? So that sort of process could work well. I just found that subject quite fascinating because it is a talking point, isn't it?
So
AI.
let's carry on with this a bit. Yeah. So you put your hand up and you ask for help, and you get referred to go see a key worker, and they do a case history, and they got to
Yeah.
fill out all the forms. Yeah. And then you tell them your story. Then they say, then you got to go see housing. Yep. And there you go and do another case history. Yep. And you tell your story. Then you got to go see the GP, and you do the same thing again. You keep repeating the same story. Each time you repeat that story, it's activating and triggering. I don't particularly want to talk about how I fucking lost everything. I got to fucking start again at 58 years old. I feel like a prick. And each time I tell that story, it fucking activates me. Yeah. But the system requires people to tell that story because they're trying to protect themselves from being sued. Yeah.
But also the systems are not joined up.
And the systems don't work together.
They don't talk to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, the systems here are terrible, aren't they? They don't join up. Nothing joins up.
It's not that. It's just the fucking environment has grown.
Yeah. We're probably going divert, start tracking a bit, but
No,
nothing's
we're
joined up.
well on track.
Nothing's joined up here. The systems are not joined up.
So a culture of addiction is everything is split and everyone's fighting.
Yeah.
There's a culture of adversity. In a culture of recovery, we're kind of working together. There's community. There's resilience there.
Yeah. But I think when you're building that community as well, I think it's important to have the right people that you're collaborating with, because I've seen people in previous places where everyone's in the same space, everyone's meant to be working towards the same goal, but some people just don't collaborate very well, and then that kind of causes friction within a space that you're all trying to move in the same direction in. So even what I'm trying to say is, even though we're in recovery, it's just the same as if you was going to open a business and use an entrepreneur, that you need to pick your partners wisely. Because just because somebody's working in the same space, what I've learned is, doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're going to work in the right way, with the right systems, with the right approach.
Can you guys see the whiteboard?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So you get pioneers. Yep. Pioneers, someone who goes out, pioneers, they find something, then they go on something else, and they find something, they go on something else, and they're like, yeah, that's entrepreneurs find something, then they find something they like, and they start to run a business. Yep. And then they build a business, and that's when the capitalists come along. Yeah, let's build a business, let's build a corporate, whatever. Yeah. And then the academics come along, academia. Yeah, this is how you do it. And then the bureaucracy gets created. Yep. And then that fucks up what the original thing was.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where a LERO sits. Lived Experience Recovery Organization. Now we're a PLERO, Professional Lived Experience Recovery Organization. This is the next thing, because the academics have been saying lived experience recovery organizations save money. So the bureaucrats, government and policy and all that stuff are saying, if you want our money, given to you, you have to be a LERO. So the charities are going out into the world now saying, fuck, for us to keep getting money, we got to get lived experience to fill the tick boxes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So then you get people from here put into situations like this, and the magic gets taken away. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were to look at the fellowship and the magic of sponsorship, and the people from this fellowship okay, I'm going to go and become a counselor now and learn CBT and all that sort of stuff, work in an NHS, they lose that what they were. Jeez, I'm so fucking manic. I'm so passionate about this. That's why I feel so strongly about the Collins window, because what happens is once you're in the NHS, you're seen as a patient,
Mhm.
not as a whole well person, not somebody who's a fucking got agency, autonomy, wellness, choice. You're kind of seen as, oh yeah, no shame. Oh yeah, are you really ready, mate? I think if you have your kids back, it's going to cause you too much stress. You're going to relapse, and you're going to, are you sure you're? And people get caught in this system. There's a whole lot of other people that have jobs about people being in the system and staying sick. It's like filling up prisons with prisoners because the prison guards need prisoners to guard. And so in the States, you've got private prisons, you've got judges sentencing people, to prison sentences, because they're getting money from the government to house it. But the actual laws are unjust. I need a glass of water.
Insanity. Is that you saying we're going on a break, David?
No, that's me saying I better check out because I'm gonna go proper mad.
Go on, then.
Sorry, David.
Are you volunteering to check out then first?
No. Let's take a break. But I get very passionate about this. And we're
Mhm.
still on track. Like Paresh,
Okay.
we're talking about the system now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming back at 11 or
Can we have an in-person session? I really want it in person.
So do I. So do
Let's
I.
do
I
it.
didn't make it this week. We're in Battersea. You must come visit us at the school here.
Let's do it.
What, are there set times or what?
No, me and you just need to make an appointment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, why
Well,
don't
I'm
you
not going
come?
to.
Why don't you come see me at Harley Street next Wednesday? Yep.
Oh, I want to go there.
Yep.
I want to come as well.
No,
Where's my
no,
invite?
Mate, I'm trying to pay for. I'm trying to pay for a new kitchen. I can't come to
I'm
Harley
not gonna
Street.
fucking charge you. I'm
I'm
not gonna
joking.
charge you.
I've got a day off next Wednesday. How can I come as well?
I can't come.
Actually, no. Next Wednesday's a big day. It's the
I
Okay.
can
Vero.
come.
What about I don't know. Why don't we
Thea
talk?
said I can go.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back at 5 past.
Okay. Right. See you.
Craig,
How you doing, Dave?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
It's a long time. All good.
Yeah,
Can you see me?
yeah. Where have
You
you
looking?
been?
I've been so busy, Dave. Just been busy with other life things. Busy with a peptide compounding project, compounding pharmacy. So yeah, busy doing other business ventures. So I've really been running around.
Okay.
You're looking lean and mean.
Am I?
Yeah, you've lost weight. I wish I could say the same.
No, I haven't. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How are you keeping, Dave?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. But it's weird. I got a thin face. It's like it's all
Yeah.
going down like this. It's like I'm
Yeah. Not it.
melting.
Listen, if I lived in the cold over there, I'd be triple your size, my friend.
Cool.
Am I the only one on?
No, we're just having a break. Everyone's coming back now.
Okay. Otherwise, what's happening there in the UK? All good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I
Good,
think
man.
I'm quite manic at the moment, so I'm being very productive.
Yeah,
But
join the club, Dave. I'm also at the moment. I've had family issues, and I got threatened to be killed by a client on Saturday, which was a horrible experience. So yeah, I'm all over the show.
oh,
I need, but that's part and parcel of the job, I suppose.
oh. Why did they want
Yeah.
to kill you?
No, well, the guy obviously must be in psychosis. He threatened to shoot. For whatever reason, maybe I must learn not to go too close to home. He went to school with my son, but and his mother was a teacher at my daughter's school, my youngest daughter. So I helped him for 2 months, just sponsored him, not actually a client. And then he reached out for help, and I was trying to help him, and then he just started sending me pictures of he's got his gun and he's coming to get me, and
Okay. All
horrible.
right.
Yeah, but
So
anyway.
all right. So we're recording this session, so let's just
Okay, we'll keep it. We'll leave it out. No
yeah,
problem.
no, but we can carry on talk because this session has been about how do we keep ourselves safe in our practices. Yep. So me,
All right.
my mental health, I've gone very manic and all that. And how am I going to keep myself psychically safe? Your topic here is also good around like fuck, our enthusiasm puts us in many dangerous situations and South Africa is a bit of a wild it's a different culture, should we say, especially Joburg. So
100%.
yeah, so guns and violence and that stuff is like we're quite a hardy bunch. It's
I think
a
that's.
polite way of saying we're fucking mad.
I think you. It's a beautiful understatement, but thank you.
So so what did you do?
um, he didn't want me to talk to his mom and dad. So what I did is, I just said to him that I don't take kindly to the threats. I said to him, I'm here to still help you if you want, but to stop the threats, and I had to leave it overnight, Dave, and that I felt bad because the guy, the gun, very dangerous. I didn't want to go and tell his mother or his father. I didn't want to reach out to them because he threatened. He said if it goes, then he's going to shoot me and my son. So I didn't want to go and lay a court case because I realized the guy's psychotic. But yeah, so I contacted him again on Sunday. It happened on Saturday, and then I just said to him, we both know he needs help. I'm here to help him if he still wants. And what happened happened. That's over. And then he just again he started to threaten me, so I've just left it at that. After he threatened me again, I went back. I said, I'm still here to help you when you're in the mood, when you're in the right frame of mind. I can't help him when he's wild like that.
All right. So let's take this case and let's bring it to the UK panel of coaches that we have here. We've got Bali, Paresh, and Olivia. Yeah. So what would you guys do if this happened in your practice here in the UK? How would you handle this?
I missed the beginning bit. I caught a bit of it at the end there, but I've missed the headline point.
Just so the headlines are Craig was helping someone who's there's a sort of a personal family relationship ties something up, and the person's mental health has escalated into a violent space, where there's threats of shooting and killing people and sending photographs of guns and I'm going to come and kill you and your family, and really under a drug-induced psychosis. Then there was a follow-up call on the Sunday where there was a continuation of the threats, and the coach is willing to still provide support. He doesn't want to go to the police and lay a charge. How would you handle this in the UK?
Well, based on I would have to follow, because I work for an organisation, Craig. I would have to follow the safeguarding policy within that. So it would probably be taken out of my hands. I would follow the safeguarding policy that we have. I would report that up the chain, and then people more senior in the charity, once I've reported it, they would probably decide on the best course of action to follow.
Okay. Paresh, Olivia, what would you do?
Not sure, really, David. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Reach out to you, reach out to Tia.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, I would, Doc. Again, I'm not working in that industry, so I don't have an understanding of safeguarding policy. I know what safeguarding is, but not around policies and what procedures and what do you report, what don't you report, who do you report it to, how do you report it. But I think I would obviously, if that happened to me, I would document the events, the situation, and reach out for help myself to a mentor or an industry colleague.
Okay, excellent answers, everyone. Basically, you said, I don't know what the fuck I need to do. This is above my pay grade. I need to get outside help. So excellent. You're not sitting with it yourself, you're escalating. So what I would do in the UK, which is very different from South Africa. But what I would do in the UK is I would let the police know straight away, because there's firearms involved, there's threats of violence. This is fucking escalated straight away in the UK. A third world country like South Africa is a very different context. The police are overburdened. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got a gun. They would just really impact the relationship and the rapport that's being built. I would look at where Craig is at. What sort of support Craig needs. And he's come here, he's talking about this. I would get curious about his enthusiasm around wanting to stay involved with someone who's threatening like this. Personally, I'd want to tell them to fuck off and not to get in touch with me, for my own personal safety. But that's my stake. I don't know if that's right or wrong. In South Africa, coaching isn't regulated. But this is completely out of my scope of practice. And you fucking threaten me with a gun when I'm trying to help you? Fuck off. I don't want to know.
I think that's right, because in that situation, what is the immediate thing you need to look at? And that is safety of, is it Craig? Safety of the person, not in this particular order, their family and his surroundings and yourself. That has got to be the first thing.
Personal safety above everything else, most important.
Yeah, for his safety, around him, his family, and you.
Okay.
So yeah, police.
So you all instinctively know what to do in this situation. All right. So, Craig, first of all, thank you so much for coming here today. Thank you for bringing this case. What do you need, my friend? What's going to be helpful for you?
Dave, I didn't handle the situation the way I should have. I'm going to be open and honest over here. In the beginning, I tolerated it, and then eventually, I didn't mind the threats to me. I don't know why. I'm a non-aggressive person anymore. I don't get angry. In active addiction, I was a very volatile, very violent person. Got into a lot of fights in my life. I'm deaf in my left ear. I just don't do anger anymore. But it really disturbed me. I came back home and it took me 5 hours to calm down. So I think it's the first time in 5 years, I'm 5 years clean, that I actually been in such a state. I wasn't angry, but I just couldn't. My blood pressure everyone was laughing at me. I was so red in the face because I lost my cool.
Yeah. So,
To be
Craig, you were
threatened.
traumatized.
Mm,
So, trauma is too much, too soon, too quick. So, you got completely overwhelmed, rightly so. Yep. Okay. What support do you need?
at the moment, fine, Dave. I've reached out. I've got a sponsor. I've reached out to my sponsor. I've reached out to some of my other close friends that are in recovery, and I'm in a much better space. Going forward,
What do you need from your peers here?
over yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What would be helpful for you right now?
Well, I think they've given me enough help, Dave. Is for me to realize that going forward, I can't really be of any help if the gentleman is like that. He actually needs treatment. In a situation like that in the future, I think the lesson learned and just taking what's come out of the room is to remove myself from the situation. The moment it starts getting threatening, just say, but remove myself from the situation, because it could what you call it, end up ugly. I mean, the guy, what you call it, wanted my location. And I was actually busy on a Saturday afternoon, busy trying to counsel another client. So I had to step away, and it messed that whole
So,
session up
Craig, it's
totally.
already ugly. The situation is fucking ugly already. It's not going to get ugly. It might get uglier.
Yeah,
But when you're being threatened of being murdered and shot and your fucking family's that is fucking ugly. So get
yeah,
out of denial around that, mate.
yeah.
Okay.
No, like I say, is in future just remove myself from the situation, and maybe the right thing is to reach out to the family, because I mean, the only thing that scares me over there, if he threatens my son, and it's a double-edged sword. Maybe people can give me some advice. If I go and report this to the police, I've documented everything. I have got, what you call it, all the little voice notes. I've got copies of everything, so I could
Okay,
go.
great. So you've got a trail, you've got a historic trail. Great, good. And God forbid something happens to your son or something, the paperwork's not going to fucking help fuck all.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for advice. Do I actually go and tell his parents? How do I actually deal with it? Because the right way would be, irrespective. I know it's a cowboy place, but if I go to the police, it's there in place. The police would then, obviously, in South Africa, I reached out to another gentleman that works in that industry, and he said to me, Craig, you can't. You got to go and you can't go and deal with this personally. You've got to go the route to the police, and then the police will actually make contact with the
Okay.
gentleman and talk to him. But it's a really catch-22 situation, because if he's volatile, his parents don't know he's using. They think he's clean, and if somehow,
Okay. So Craig, there's the you've been advised by somebody who's professional that you have to escalate this and report this now.
yeah, then I'll do that, Dave.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's out of your like it's like fuck, I'm
100%.
overwhelmed with this. Yep. And you've been advised that you have to report it. So follow the advice.
100%.
Okay. The other
Thank you.
side of it is like there needs to be some sort of consequences. People can't be firearm owners running around threatening people. I mean, fuck, look at the mass shootings that happen in the States. Yeah. Imagine if like you heard about this stuff and you didn't report it, and God forbid, Yeah. There's a duty of care here to break confidentiality when there is threats of violence that are like real. I'm not talking about like, oh fuck, I'm so angry I want to fucking slap my wife and fucking spank my kids. Yeah. But when we're talking about guns and shooting and like that's top shelf, mate. What do our colleagues think here?
Just quickly, Dave, maybe we've been a bit in my country for knowledge of you people. We get desensitized to this stuff because
No, I
know,
know that, Craig, and I
I'm
mean
just sharing. I'm just sharing with the other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree, but I'd like to hear what they got to say.
Did you say at the start that they were family or like close friends or something?
Olivia, he went to school with my son in junior school, and his mother taught my youngest daughter, and she reached out to me most probably 8 months ago. Then I sponsored him. He wasn't actually a client. I sponsored him through the 12 steps, and I had him clean for 3 months, and then he got clean for 3 months, and then he went on his own way. He did that. It's a app, a sort of recovery route. He didn't want a
It's an
sponsor because smart recovery. He did smart recovery, Dave. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah,
He did smart
Yeah.
recovery.
We know it well here.
Yeah. So then, my biggest concern is he was at school with my son, and my son's a very big guy, and I don't know if my son hurt him or whatever, but he really seems angry at my son, and he was using horrible stuff, telling me he's going to put 16 bullets into him, and my son's a fat this, and he's a slob, and he's useless at this, and it really got ugly. And I wasn't talking back to him, he was obviously just going off. So yeah, the tricky thing is the only scary part is
Craig, stop there a second. Stop. I'm just going to stop the recording so we can give you some. So if you're watching this, tune in next week for an update.